Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review of VH1 Family Reunion Season 2, Episode 4, called From Sex Charades to Cisco. This shit is crazy. And this shit is really crazy because this is stupid. Y'all grown ass people. Mimi just turned 50 a couple days ago, last week, I don't know. What is this? Anywho, we're just gonna get right into it. So, Jonathan, Sin, and Yo-Yo sit down and talk. I guess Yo-Yo has an event coming up. It's her turn next. She's gonna do a food fest, a black food fest for her event. That's cute. That's cool. I just hear food. So they talk to, Jonathan and Yo-Yo talk to Sin about what's going on with her and Bobby. She's probably annoyed by it because I'm pretty sure everybody's asking her, just like everybody's asking Booby. Did I say Bobby? Booby. But nothing much was said up in regards to him, but they did bring up Cisco, and she's just like, she doesn't know what's going on with Cisco because his energy just been off. And it's like all this procrastination to talk to people. To me, I'm just like, let's just get this over with. Like, is there like one or two more episodes after? Like, let's just get this over with. This is y'all procrastinating too long. We are all grown adults here. What is taking so long just to have a conversation and hash it out? But no, let's just get drunk first. And we're clearly going to see that later on in the episode. So Sin is just over Cisco, and she says she stopped doing music ever since that whole fiasco with Cisco happened, which was 5 years ago. And I'm just like, Sin, if this is really what you wanted to do, you shouldn't have stopped because of Cisco. But she did say that she made the song for her brother who passed, unfortunately. I apologize to you, Sin, for that whole situation. And yeah, that's really fucked up of Cisco to do that, in my personal opinion. But, she just thinks, a conversation needs to be had. As to when, she doesn't know. So we move on to Brooke, Erica, and Mimi. They sit down to talk. And Brooke was just like, the way Erica's energy's been, it seems like her and Safari, they made up. Meaning, it looked like Erica got some D. Brooke, you should have just said dick. Got some dick last night, the night prior to the event, and Mimi was asking her, "Are you pregnant?" So then Erica was just like smiling and shit. I'm just like, oh, that means yes. That means yes. So Erica was just talking about that. Safari is just so vulnerable, and he's never really been vulnerable like that before. He also apologized the night before, and he's never apologized, and never done that. And the chemistry's just there, and they haven't had that in a long time. And I'm just like, over it. And after Yo-Yo's event, I guess it's Erica's event, and she's gonna do a sex charades type of party. It wouldn't be Erica if we wasn't talking about sex. Okay, cool, whatever. So moving on from them, it was going back and forth from them to Safari, Bobby, and Marcus. So the guys, they're playing basketball. And first, Safari and Marcus was kind of ganging up on Booby about Sin. And I think he said something about her, but at this point, I'm done. Everybody like being like, "Oh, what's going on with you and Sin?" Or "Oh, what's going on with you and Booby?" I'm over it. So after that, they get to Safari, and I guess he's saying the same thing Erica's saying, like they doing good or whatever. And the way they hugged the night before, they didn't hug like that since before they had kids and whatever. And they're just on the up and up. He hopes the vibes can stay at how it is with them right now. But, they're focusing on moving in the right direction and whatnot. And they still have a lot of work on, but, he's being positive and hopeful and all that. Like, I don't care, because last I checked in the blogs, well, the one blog that I follow on Instagram anyway, y'all still kind of going back and forth about him abandoning the kids and shit. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm over Safari and Erica. I'm over the whole everybody like, ooh, with Booby and Sin. Can we get to somebody else? So we'll move on, because that was all they talked about when they was playing basketball. Lack thereof. But I just had a little snippet of Cambella saying that she came to the family reunion to serve. Cambella, I'm only seeing you like not even 5 seconds in every episode. So, I mean, what serve you really doing? Because we're not really seeing it, because you're not really the front of the camera right now. But okay, she just had to say something so we know that she's still there. Just like Tara saying like one sentence in each episode. And I don't even think the past, other than the first episode and the last episode, I don't think she was. I don't even remember seeing her in episode 2. So whatever. We get to Yo-Yo Soul Food Black Food Fair. The food looks good. She had like oxtails. She had fried chicken. She had another type of chicken. Was it jerk chicken? She had like different proteins. Okay, and it didn't look like that much food, but it looked like enough food to like if you got enough of that one thing, you'll be full. So it looked really good. The oxtails looked busting. So I think it was mac and cheese too. But anyways, I digress. Everybody's eating and having a good time or whatnot and whatever. And Erica sits down with Marcus and she was just like, I seen a change in Safari ever since he talked to you. So Marcus gives his little spiel about, what he told Safari and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. It looks like it's gonna be a cool, easy breezy day. But then Safari comes out with Zell. I don't remember who he came out. He came out with somebody finally to the shindig. So Cisco decides to talk to him about the issue that he got with him. And I'm just like, there's an issue with y'all two? Apparently, like I said, I don't watch Love and Hip Hop New York, so I don't know what be going on over there up north. But apparently, I guess Cisco's aunt is Debbie, which is Waka Flocka's mom. And she managed Safari and Nicki Minaj, and I guess she had a party coming up. So of course Safari was invited. Safari said he was gonna go, but then he ended up not showing up. And I guess people were looking forward to seeing Safari. So he was probably looking at Cisco like, oh, what's up? I thought Safari was supposed to come, but he never showed up. So I guess Cisco feels some type of way about that because of the fact that Safari didn't show up. And I'm going to assume by the way he's feeling, Safari didn't let him know like, hey nigga, I'm not gonna be there. Safari is just saying, oh, this is taken out of left field for him. And he tells Cisco, listen, I had no one to babysit the kids. And in my head, I'm just like, okay, Safari, granted, just because you say you're going to go doesn't mean you're actually going to go. And he probably did intend to go because, Safari's a party person anyway. So I can understand, okay, things happen. Sometimes situations happen that you can't go to an event that you plan on going to. However, Safari, if you wasn't going to go, did it take that much to just shoot Cisco a damn text for him to say, listen, nigga, unfortunately, I got to watch the kids. I can't come to the party. I feel like Cisco would have been okay with that. And Cisco is like, really, you going to be bringing this up right now, bro? Like, Cisco, you got a problem with everybody. You just need to resolve all these issues in one damn episode at this point. Like, Cisco, what's wrong with you? You need to figure something out because you got stuff going on personally with your baby mamas. You got something going on with Peter in the beginning of the season. You got something going on with Sin in the beginning / middle to now of the season. Now you got something with Safari. Granted, Safari got my damn nerves. He does. But at the same time, Cisco, like, you got an issue with everybody that you need to resolve and talk with right now. Why can't you resolve that? Like, if Safari didn't say, I'm not coming to the party, why couldn't you have talked to him the day after that party? Shoot him a text, be like, hey, are you okay? You didn't come to the party. So then he could have told you, oh, yeah, sorry. I had to watch the kids. You know what I mean? Like, these are grown people doing stupid stuff. Like, you guys can't handle simple communication. You guys have no common sense, no communication skills to just be like, let me just text this person. I guess this is supposed to be for entertainment purposes for us, but to me, I'm just like, this is dumb. Y'all are grown-ass people. Y'all are middle-aged people. Why is someone that's like half your age, not even half, but like 2/3 your age, having to say this? Granted, they're not even gonna watch it. This is for y'all. This is for us to discuss. But this is stupid to me. But Rich tries to come to distract Cisco, like, hey bro, I need you over here or whatever. Like they show you in those sexual harassment little assessments that we be having to do at work. But Cisco was like, nah, I just need to talk to him. And Safari talking about this was taken out of left field. This came to him out of randomness in his confessional. So I guess Cisco was like, okay, he's not gonna go forward right now, but I guess he'll come back to that conversation another day. And I'm just like, listen, he told you what it is. If anything, if it bothers you that much, Cisco, just be like, nigga, like, please, next time, just shoot me a text, bro, so I know you alright or something. I don't, I don't know, but stupid. So then, um, Cisco is not done. He's not done. He finished talking to Safari for those moments. He said he's not gonna press the issue right now. So he's gonna proceed to go to Jonathan to talk about his issue with Sin and how he needs to talk to her. So then Jonathan is just like, well, you need to just talk to her. Like, what do you want me to like? Because I guess Jonathan is Sin's best friend, but like, nigga, just talk to her. Shoot. So then Yo-Yo performs, and I guess that was the end of the event. Oh no, not really. But Yo-Yo performs. She raps. She does a freestyle, I think. I don't know. And then we get to some people are in the pool. Bobby's in the pool with somebody else. So then Jonathan calls Bobby over to like the edge of the pool where he was sitting at to talk about what's going on with him and Zell. Bobby talks in a confessional. He's not bothered by what Zell said. Bobby was like, yeah, I am too gay. And I'm too gay for Zell. But Zell doesn't seem to mind still being cool with him. And then I guess in the midst of them talking, Zell comes to sit down to be like, okay, I hear my name in y'all mouth. He didn't say that, but that's probably why he walked over, because he knew they were talking about him, so he needed to be in the mix to see what's going on and whatnot. And I guess him and Jonathan, Zell and Jonathan kind of do a back and forth. Not really arguing, but like trying to get each other's points across. And I guess Zell was saying, he said that as a joke, but Jonathan took it too personal. He did apologize for saying that to make it too personal. Like, he apologized for offending Jonathan pretty much. And said that he didn't like the fact that also Jonathan, brought up race into the mix. And I guess Bobby told Jonathan that Zell thinks that Jonathan's a racist. And then he looks at Bobby's like, you told him that I was racist? So Bobby was just shaking his head yes, like, yeah. So, I mean, I can give it to Bobby. At least he's not, at least he didn't deny that, because you just said it. But he's like, no, I don't think you're a racist and stuff. But he got offended about the race situation too. And he just tried to explain his point that, like, listen, I understand people are gay. Everybody's different. Everybody got there's different gays and all that stuff. But, I'm not going to be talking to straight people about sex and all that stuff. And then Jonathan, in my personal opinion, made a good point. He was like, okay, I can't talk about that in front of straight people, but yet Erica and Safari could come and show me their sex tape and it's all cool. So because Erica was sitting next to Zell, she got upset. She got bugged and was like, no, don't put me in this. Don't put me in this. And she got upset, got up and left. And I'm just like, Erica, to me, that makes a valid point. Just like when he made the valid point about the race, he made a valid point about that whole situation too. Because had Jonathan been straight and kind of talking about fucking women, nobody's gonna see a problem with it. No one whatsoever. They're just gonna be like, whatever, basic nigga, whatever. But because he's not straight, but because he's gay and talking about sexual stuff with guys he's had sex with, now it's a problem. That's the double standard, because straight people can do it but gay people can't. So is it really being too gay, or is it just someone being gay? Like, to me it's just like, yeah, Jonathan could be extra. Same thing with Bobby, but you don't see a problem with Bobby. Is it because Bobby's kind of more like, I just want peace, I'm not trying to get on nobody's bad side, I'm just doing me? So had Jonathan not say anything, y'all would probably still be cool. But at the same time, you feel like you know what I mean? I just don't, to me, I'm just like, Zell, just worry about yourself, bro. You making statements about people being too gay. That may have been a joke to you, Zell. You may be saying that out loud. But behind closed doors, that probably bothers you, because that he's too gay and he can stand in his own, do his own thing. And you still struggling about what you want to be, what you want to do. Because you say you want a wife and kids, but then you buy but one specifically a wife and kids. So, and you want to go back to being straight. So you need to figure out what you want to do, Zell. Stop worrying about what Jonathan doing. And I think I said this last episode too, last review. So Zell, just figure on yourself. Erica, Just figure on yourself too, because you got things going on too. You still going back and forth with Safari on social media, so I don't know what you mad about. You say you love sex and doing all this stuff, kissing on girls and doing all that stuff and whatnot, and you can do it too. That's a double standard also, because you're a female. Females can love on girls, kiss on girls, do all that stuff, and do it to men. Nobody gonna say shit. But if a guy does it, it's a problem with another guy. It's a problem. Oh, okay. Anywho, Bobby said something like, "Oh, you could be cool with someone. That doesn't mean you have to be best friends and whatnot." And I guess they just decided to let bygones be bygones. Whatever. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Whatever. We get to Sin. She sits down, talks to Rich about what's been going on with Cisco. Rich was just like, Cisco ain't over her, pretty much. He didn't say that word for word. I'm just paraphrasing. And Sin is just like, she's not understanding, what's the deal? Like, why? Like, he's the one who got upset. He's the one who pretty much told her she can't have the song. And it was for her brothers. Like, it was a sentimental song. It was, not something just to have a song out in these streets. It was a song dedicated to her brother. And I guess Rich understands, but he's just like, I don't know. Cisco just got his own things going on. So Sin wants to have a conversation with Cisco and try to hash this out because she wants to discuss it. What happened 5 years ago. So we move on. We get to Erica's sex charades. Rich comes out in his 70s mustache. Safari comes out looking like a blue dominatrix. And he's talking about things are on the up and up with him and Erica. That's cute, whatever, for now, because obviously we see that's not the case right now. Current present date of January 4th, 2022. P.S. Side note. Happy New Year, folks. I don't think I said that last week. Happy New Year's, okay? We've done with the holidays. Back to real world business. Real world shit. And I guess Sin decides to be a team player and decides to go to the event with Jonathan. So, of course, Erica starts what's going on with the sex charades. And they play. They seem like they were having a good time. Obviously, they drinking too. Everybody's seducing Mimi at this point, twerking on her. Going all up on her and shit and whatnot. Mimi probably loving it. Her nipples probably hard and shit. That's cute, whatever. So they just having some good times. They talk about Mimi's sex tape, and I watched it too. And did she do a good job? I mean, I guess it was years ago. When it came out. That's when I watched it years ago. So I mean, I guess. It was cute for what it was. It's cute for what it was. But Erica and who was it? Erica and Amina. Ooh. Erica and Amina make out with mouths full of whipped cream. Safari said he was surprised because I guess this brought Erica out in her element and stuff and whatnot. She was showing out. Obviously she had drinks in her system, I'm sure. And while everybody's having a good time, here goes Cisco again. Fucking goes up to Sin. Sin is sitting next to Rich. They're, chilling, watching the shenanigans go on in front of them. Cisco decides to come up to them, looks at Sin, and was like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" Rich was like, "Nah, bro, not right now." Sin was just like, with what's going on, I don't really want to talk right now. But he's just like, just for a minute, like we could just go over there, just talk for a little minute. So she decides to go. So they walk away to go discuss what's going on. And Sin tells Cisco that she's still upset with him about what happened. And I don't think Cisco really apologized to her in person, but he did talk in a confessional saying he apologizes, but he feels disrespected by Sin about what she's doing. Pretty much, now he didn't say this word for word, I'm just paraphrasing, dangling Booby in front of his face. Like, the producer was like, "So you feel like Booby's stunting on you?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, for sure he's stunting on me." And I'm just like, how Cisco? You're not even with the chick, bro. This happened 5 years ago. What is the problem? What's the issue here? Why are we upset? I feel like Cisco just wants to be upset just to be upset, because I'm just like, what is really, like, y'all not even together. This makes absolute no sense. Like, what is this, Cisco? I want to be mean, but it's like, nigga, why don't you just worry about your baby mama and the issue you got going on with this custody case? Like, Booby did nothing to you. You really have no issue with Booby. You shouldn't really have no issue with Sin. You just butthurt because she didn't want to pursue something with you. And then, wait, meanwhile, while Sin and Cisco are talking, back with the party, everybody's sitting down as Mimi standing in the middle of everybody in a circle around Mimi. Mimi explained to everybody what's going on between Sin and Cisco. And I'm just like, oh, if this is not some gossip, like, this is so stupid. Like, this is some high school shit right here. Like, listen, I'm way younger than them, but I feel like I'm too old for this shit. That's sad. That is sad. But, so, Sin was just like, because he was hinting at it to her face to face, but Cisco didn't want to necessarily say exactly what it was, because Sin was just like, what are you talking about? So he's like, no, it's nothing. I don't want to say nothing. So then Sin is just annoyed. She's like, sis, it's been 6 years, bro. He's like, 5. I had to laugh to myself. I'm like, this nigga, he knows the exact years, bro. Like, what you been doing these past 5 years, Cisco? Like, you can't tell me you didn't have no puss in these last 5 years. Like, you've been so about Sin that you didn't have no puss in these last 5 years, which was a lie because what's been going on between you and Amina. Nigga, your dick ain't been dry for the past 5 years, so leave Sin alone. Leave Amina alone, too, to be honest. Go find you somebody else. Why don't you get back with your ex-wife or your baby mama so you can see your kids? I don't know. I don't know the situation between him and his baby mama. But yeah, Cisco, what's you we got issues. We need a fix, get situated. I don't know. So Sin was just over it. Because she was just like, oh, since you know the exact dates or whatever. So she gets up. She's like, I'm not going to be doing this because you're not even, you beating around the bush. You're not even coming to me saying what the exact issue is and whatnot and stuff. It's been 5 years. You did me like this. And, so she's like, I can't even wrap my mind around it. Because, she been drinking. So she's just probably like over it. Cisco was probably drinking. So, he's over it. So she goes up and goes back to the party and whatnot. And I guess everybody was saying like, you all right and whatever. And I guess Erica said something. I don't remember what she said word for word or exactly what she said, but she said something. She made an ad-lib. I guess Sin was already over it, so she gets annoyed. Excuse me. And she finally says to Erica like, oh yeah, like that fake page you made. So Erica gets booked. She's like, I knew you was dying to bring it up. They go back and forth. Before, why they going back and forth? Peter goes outside to where Cisco at. He's just like, bro, that's it, bro. Let's just go back to the hotel. It's like, let's don't go back over there, bro. Like, let this be over. Cause Cisco already probably ruffled too much feathers already between Safari and Sin, like, and then now Mimi done told Booby that Cisco got a problem with him now because Booby's talking with Sin, and I guess Cisco ain't over Sin and whatever. So Peter was like, bro, come on, bro. Let's just go back to the hotel. So Cisco's like, I know when Peter Guns is being sincere and genuine. He was being sincere and genuine. So they head on back to the hotel. Sin and Erica still going back and forth. Erica called her a Build-A-Bear bitch and all that stuff. And I'm like, Erica, you are one to talk because I seen that ass in this reunion and it looked like a diaper booty, girl. If anybody a Build-A-Bear bitch, I mean, if you want to go send a Build-A-Bear bitch, at least she look better than you. Maybe you should get Build-A-Bear too. But you already did. But, the fact that if you're going to get work done, please have your kids before you get your work done. Because I understand getting pregnant and having babies fucks up your body. So you get all this work done and then you get your body fucked up. Makes you look like this. Look at Kim Kardashian. Look at Erica Mena. Okay? This is what you get. So, and I'm only going, I don't talk about people like that. I try not to. But if you're going to be talking about Sin, calling her Build a Bear bitch, I'm just like, girl, you are one to talk. Sin look way better than you. Okay, if I did any sexual relations with females, I would definitely fuck Sin before Erica. But I digress. Sin is over, so she just gets up and leaves. Well, she was never sitting down anyway, but she just leaves. Jonathan, of course, comes to Sin's defense, so Erica gets mad at Jonathan and just goes off on him, and it was just like, well, don't you want to leave? Because we're too black for you. So Jonathan gets he was just like taken aback and offended, and he just like, you know what, I'm done, I'm leaving. But before we get to him leaving, when she said that statement, I looked at Erica and I'm like, Erica, you're not even black, girl. Why are you saying this statement? You are not part of the black community. Just because you had black dick, multiple black dicks, by the way, and pushed out black babies because of your baby daddy husband, does not make you black. So when you said you are not included in the we are. Okay, you are somewhere, over there, with the Hispanics, with the Latino community over there. You're not black. You don't identify as black. Okay, I'm pretty sure on the paper you put Hispanic and not black/African American. What are you talking about? You're not black. You're not black. So I guess that was her way of trying to do a low blow and shit. But I was just like, it's not hitting. It's not hitting her because you're not black. So if anything, you just made yourself look worse. Talking about Build the Bears and we're too black for you, but you're not even black at all. So that didn't give what it was supposed to give. But anywho, Jonathan, he gets offended. He leaves. He like, this is not what I came here for and all that shit. And he tells Sin to wait up for him, and Sin was like, I'm not trying to have those people catch up. So you need to hurry up, nigga. So I guess she was walking with Rich, and Jonathan was just like, you know what, I'm done, I'm leaving. And then Rich was like, no, you not. Remember what we talked about? But Jonathan was over it. He left. Him and Sin, they walked out the gate and left. And that was the end of the episode. Childish children. Children, that's all it is. Next week. What happened next week? Stevie J comes. He finally comes, like in the middle of the season. Or maybe end of the season. I don't know. Safari's gonna do a reggae party. What else is new? Everything, everything's about Jamaica and stuff with him. That's cool, go hard for your culture and shit, but Safari's very predictable at this point. What else happens next week? I feel like somebody's going to... Erica and Shakana, I guess, get into it. I don't know what's going on with that either, but that's it. Shakana, I didn't really even see Shakana in this episode. I think she made a comment about the sex charades party, and it was unnecessary, but Shakana just hate on everything, I feel like. So, whatever. But that was it. I'm going to see you next week. Happy New Year, once again. And for those who watch Married at First Sight, I will see you on Wednesday for episode 1. Lord help us. Bye, guys.